All right, y'all. So look, today's the last day of Black History Month, and I wanted to go out with a bang. You know, we had the Oscars earlier this week that kind of kicked it off for us.
Yep.
You know, we saw some great speeches and some great monumental moments at the Oscars, and I said, you know, we will not let Black History Month go out in vain.
No.
Not
That's
at
right.
all.
We're going to have a good
rough.
last week.
Yes.
It was rough at first.
And I have also been trying to, you know, highlight how we can help build Black businesses, because I think there are so many people listening who want to support Black businesses. Sometimes we're just not aware of some of the Black businesses that are right here in our own backyard. So because I wanted to end with a bang, you know, a lot of us go into fashion and T-shirts and design, but we may not know how to get to that next level of manufacturing the actual product. So there's a difference between putting your logo on a shirt and selling it and actually creating your product from the ground up and distributing it and getting it out there. So with us today, we've got a dude that's from this area, from the DMV, representing for Oxon Hill. He goes by the name of Rocky, a.k.a. RockDeep, is in the building.
How you doing? How you doing, guys? Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
So listen, Rocky, before we get into your story, tell us a little bit about RockDeep, the brand, and what exactly it is and what you do.
So I created this this concept years ago, but it really came to fruition in 2016 when we officially launched our website. Growing up, first in Delray and then Oxon Hill, I was never in a position to actually buy $200 and $300 sneakers. Back then, they were only $150, but at that time, I couldn't afford that either. So I knew when I wanted to create a brand, I wasn't going to create something for my people that I was going to sell them back to $200 and $300 shoes. I was going to create something that no shoe would ever be over $100. As a matter of fact, nothing that we sell is over $100 for the RockDeep brand. And that's basically the gist of who we are as a brand, just giving something back to the people, and not just our people, but everybody.
Yeah. And so I went to your office because, am I allowed to say what your office is?
Sure.
Okay, so his headquarters is down in Alexandria, Virginia, right? It's in this really nice park right on the water. So I go in because I didn't know what to expect. He told me he had his own shoes, and I'm like, okay, cool, but I never saw it. And when I tell you, it reminded me of like when I've gone to DTLR. I mean, it's a mix between a corporate office with a great view and then a warehouse of all these different shoes.
Nice.
And I apologize for the warehouse look because we just got a new shipment in, so it usually just looks officey.
That means business booming.
No, it was incredible. I mean, it was all these boxes and all these styles. So we go into a conference room, right? And in the conference room were all these. It's got to be at least 100 different style shoes.
120 now. 120 SKUs.
That's what's
styles.
up.
And these are your original creations, correct?
Correct.
So basically what you're doing is you're designing it and then you're sending it to the factory.
Yes.
You're getting it back and then you're putting it in your own stores because you also have your own stores, correct?
We're also in Sports Zone, but we've opened our first store in Alexandria, Virginia, in Delray. And there's a story behind that. People's like, well, if you're from Oxon Hill, if you're from PG, why you open a store in Virginia? Well, it's a full circle story for me because in Delray, way back when, in the 70s, I couldn't even walk up to this part of town. My parents said, don't walk past this part of, Mount Vernon Avenue. So at this point, the building is actually owned by Masons, and so for the last 30 years, the salon used to be in the spot that we're in now. Okay. And for real, it's just a full circle story for me, coming back to a place that I couldn't even open up a store, 40 years ago, but 30 years, since I opened up the store, there was a salon, black owned salon.
Wow.
So they've kept it black owned.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome when you told me that story, that the Masons, basically they said, whatever next business comes in, we want it to be black owned.
We would prefer it to be black owned, correct.
Yeah,
nice.
And so you're in there. So now you've got 2 locations.
So we have the office and we have the first location, and in 2 months, sometime around my wife gives birth to our next child, we will open our second location.
Nice.
So I try to tell people, if others won't carry you, carry yourself. Because Foot Locker and Detail Law, no shade, but if they won't carry you, build your own means to carry yourself, because people will come if you give them an option.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because when we go into your store, and we'll put this up on KYSDC.com and Angie Ange AM, the reality is it looks like a Foot Locker. I mean, it looks like a shoe store, but all of the shoes are your shoes.
Correct. I just wanted to be able to give people always ask, what's your demo? Everybody. They were like, well, how can everybody be your demo? Well, do you ask Nike that? Do you ask Adidas that? They service everybody, so why can't I? So and Angie saw for yourself, we serve everyone from the old, old white woman to the young black woman.
Yeah.
From the pimp out in the street to the young professional, here trying to do things for himself. We service everybody. And that's only because we wanted to provide options. We didn't want to be that type of company that just had one shoe and we only did like 100 pair because we don't only afford to serve it for or sell it for $200.
Yeah.
That's not something I was going to do. That's not something I think that was going to be advantageous for the community and the market that we wanted to serve.
Absolutely. We're talking to the founder, the CEO of RockDeep. Listen, Rocky, I got to ask you too, your story as to how you got started as far as like going from idea and concept to actually making this a reality, manufacturing your very first shoe. It started with a little crowdfunding.
Correct.
So tell us how you did that.
We did a Kickstarter. First of all, never leave your job until you make your hustle your main job, but keep your main job till you secure your hustle, if that makes sense.
Right. Right.
So never leave one to go to the other until that other is secure. But we started off with a Kickstarter back in 2015, I believe it was, 2014. And basically it was just to find out if people other than your friends and family would buy your stuff. Because everybody tell you your stuff's nice. But when you find out strangers actually like your items and your products, you know you're on to something. So we set a target of about $40,000. We exceeded it the day of the last day, which was about $3,000 or $5,000. And at that point, we went from two pairs of sneakers to over 120 3 years later.
Wow. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So you have running shoes?
We have
and
everything.
Then everything.
When I say everything,
so
I mean
you're like a Nike, but yourself.
Yes.
I'm like a RockDeep.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So, and I don't take offense to that. I say that in jest, only because we do athletic. So I actually started trying to do athletic shoes. I knocked on the doors. I knocked at DTLR. I went to their offices, but everyone's like, "Hey, well, we love your stuff, but we really can't put it up because we'd have to take someone down." That's not necessarily true, but now kids are starting to want to find their unique, which is one of our taglines, come find your unique. Kids, everybody doesn't want to look like everybody on release day, which is what we say.
Yeah.
Why look like everybody else on release day? Because our stuff is fresh, it's brand new. You guys are seeing it for yourself. But we want to provide the opportunity to say, hey, we are the first of our kind. We aren't just a black-owned business. We are a business.
Yeah.
We just happen to be black-owned.
I see apparel too. I see you have the apparel
Yes, sir.
as well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And actually, he left me a little something for you too, Money. I just forgot. Yeah,
You left it.
I did. But I want you to know.
I sent you a couple hats. I'm sorry.
It be on.
And a hoodie. I know. I messed up. I dropped the ball. But I want you to know I got something for you.
Now I'm a sneaker guy, right? So I like a lot of these designs. I'm not gonna lie. That, especially like this one right here.
Those are a go-to for a lot of people.
Yeah, I really like this design. That's fire.
And how much is this shoe like that?
So that you're holding in your hand is the cheetah, a cheetah design, and then the other one is an amphibian. None of those go for over $85. Our highest shoe is this wolf right here. People in the radio land can't see it, but you'll see it later, I suppose.
Yes.
No more than $95.
Okay.
These are our wolf series, which is our highest selling shoe. We sell it in like 5 different models.
Nice.
But again, we sell affordability. And the funny thing, I think I talked to you about this, Angie, is my people are conditioned to think if it's not over $100, it's not quality. You guys are a testament to see right here. This is it not only meets but exceeds the quality of competitive brands. And I wish we could get more out of that, but there are more people who are beginning to see, and they come and see and they feel. Just like when Angie, when you walked through the door, you thought we were just like a regular old shop until you see and feel and touch and see for yourself that we are actually a brand. We are a company. We are a corporation.
Full on.
Now outside of DC, of course, where else are your highest market of like shoe buyers?
We're a global company.
No, but I'm saying like sales wise, like
global company.
Yeah, so he does
sell
direct to consumer,
correct.
essentially.
So we started off direct to consumer, where most people, like a Nike, they started off, with their stores and then get into Foot Lockers, Foot Action Champs, and now they've actually cut a lot of accounts, so they're trying to get that direct to consumer money because you keep more of your money instead of splitting it with the retailer.
Yeah.
We actually have gone this opposite way, but we are still keeping all of our money because we're going direct to consumer both online and at our retail location. So the next step for us is not only just owning our own stores, but giving others the opportunity to franchise our stores and be owners themselves of our stores.
And I know you were saying when you first started, like you were getting orders from like England or like Europe.
And Britain,
basically,
I mean, for shoes that we were making for trail running like this right here, someone from Britain contacted me and said, hey, we actually use your stuff for golf. Is that what you made it for? No, but as long as you're buying it, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean?
You can use it how you want to use it.
So we have people that use some of our hiking shoes for golf, for playing softball, all types of different things. And the thing is, we make our shoes to be transitional, so you don't have to do just one thing in it, but it has evolved from one thing to another, and we're really okay with that.
It's awesome to see. I personally have never seen that. This is like the first time I saw like this one person in front of me. Like I saw a void, I saw something missing, and so I created it. But in a way where, again, you are the manufacturer of it, correct? You're you're building it from the ground up as opposed to taking something and putting your name on it. You're really
So I actually I mentioned to a lot of folks and guys who come and tell me, and gals who tell me that they want to put together a brand, they want to put together a fashion line.
Yeah.
And I tell them, just having a T-shirt and putting your logo on it or putting some words on it doesn't make it an actual fashion line. That's just you putting your words in something on a T-shirt. When you procure a factory, and trust me, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, me, we all actually contract out our factories. None of us own a factory in China.
Right.
We all contract it out. But when you do research, you find out the best factory for you who can design what it is you need to do. You got to do technical packs. You got to do a lot of stuff goes into it. Yeah. The easy part is actually selling it. The hard part is the research and the business aspect of actually doing these things because my designer, he's unreal. We go back and forth on how we get these things together, but it doesn't take us long to put together a nice looking shoe.
Yeah.
That's the easy part for us. The business side of it, I'm on the computer. I'm up at night because, it's a 12-hour difference between here and China, talking to my factories, making sure they get things right, making sure they get the technical aspects.
Right.
Because if we can give you a good looking shoe, but if you put it on and it don't feel good, you're not coming back.
That's true.
So I only have one chance to impress all of you once, especially my people. So we are a fickle people, but I know that once you put a shoe on and it feels good, you might stick around.
You're sticking with it,
right. And we had a conversation too about reaching out to designers. We got a lot of young people out here and that have incredible designs when it comes to footwear, and we want to do something special for them. So down the line, we're looking to do something dope, a dope collaboration with RockDeep.
Correct.
The brand, and for all y'all that design and create shoes, this will be a great opportunity for you to connect with Rocky, connect with the RockDeep brand, and possibly have your own shoe designed, manufactured, and put in the store.
Correct. And I want to tell everybody, before we even get to that point, designing and etch-a-sketching and drawing things out, that's literally a fraction of it. Learn the software aspect because that's the part that gets you over the hump. That's the part that will get you into major places like myself because drawing is cool, but that won't help me. You have to know the software piece and put that on a computer into software so that we can see it, we can rotate it 3D, we can see every aspect of it, putting an outsole together, putting the comfort aspect, the functionality of a shoe. It's just not the style and the look.
Right.
It's not just the aesthetics. It's actually how the technical aspect of, again, how the shoe feels on a person's foot. Because a lot of places, there are people who design shoes that have never played the sport or have never done the things that they've done before.
That's a fact.
It surprised me when I found out when I first got in the industry too. But you got to get the right people because we have a hunting line. A lot of people don't know that.
You have a hunting line.
Correct. And
it's called
I don't
RockDeep Hunting.
Oh, it's called RockDeep Huntsman.
Oh, okay.
But trust me, I don't hunt. So it sounds like I might be a hypocrite, but I went and found those who do, and I have the faces to fit that. But you would be surprised at how many black people that do hunt.
Yeah.
And they are out there doing it. And they love our stuff because most of the hunting gear and apparel is easily $200 to $250.
Yeah.
None of our stuff's over $100.
Wow. Oh, that's even in the hunting brand.
Correct.
Okay.
And it may not be that fashionable either. With other hunting,
You're right.
hunting brands,
as you all say, facts.
Hey, Rocky, man, let everybody know how we can follow your brand and support your stores and go see your store. You got to check it out, man. I'm telling you.
I'm at RockDeep Global on IG for the youngins.
Okay.
For us old folks, Facebook, I'm at RockDeep.
Okay.
On Twitter for everybody, I'm at RockDeep Global. Find me anywhere, find me everywhere. But if you can't find me, Google always works. Because it's funny that, I have friends who have followed my whole journey and they'll inbox me, yo, what's your website?
Wow.
Bruh, Google.
We friends.
Just say RockDeep and Google will take you there.
Yeah. Well, go to a RockDeep store, man. I love how you said, you were trying to get your stuff into different stores and when they wouldn't, open up their space for you, you said, I'm gonna build my own. I'm gonna open my own. That's awesome.
In the next 2 years, you'll see us in over 1,500 doors, and not just my own, but because we've gone to Vegas to the trade shows, we've had people come in. They've actually done like you, come and seen and felt and touched. They're not just on LinkedIn seeing it from afar. They came and saw it, and now we have an actual sales force across the nation selling our stuff. So in the next 2 years, you'll see us in over 1,500 doors.
Nice.
Incredible.
We're excited.
Yes, put the shoes on, try them out. I know I got my RockDeeps on, and they're definitely so far. I got like 3 or 4 different pairs, and they haven't failed yet. And my mom actually tried to take my shoes off my feet.
And shout out to Sports Zone because they do carry the RockDeep brand.
Go Sports Zone. Okay, Sports Zone for supporting and repping. So go find the RockDeeps, all right? And let's keep building black with 93.9 WKYS and the Angie Ange Morning Show.